crash hard, the shore don't break. Roots go deep, no storm can take. This land of ours where hearts ignite. Saipan stands holding tight. Tinian whispers, winds that heal. Roar rises, forged in steel. Island strong, we carry on. Through the dark, we find the dawn. Hold the line, we sing our song. Saipan, Tinian, Rota, island strong. Sky turns gray, but we don't fall. Towers crumble, we rebuild all. Sweat and tears, they mark the ground. Every loss, the strength we found. Mountains call, they stand so proud. Oceans roar, but we're not cowed. Island strong, we carry on. Through the dark, we find the dawn. Hold the line, we sing our song. Saipan, Tinian, Rota, island Island strong, we carry on. Through the dark, we find the dawn. Hold the line, we sing our song. Saipan, Tinian, Rota, island
Talks to end the war in Ukraine. Fox News, I'm Jim Osman. Here's what's happening. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is in Florida to talk with officials from Ukraine about ending the war with Russia.
Secretary Rubio said Sunday morning as meetings with Ukraine officials began, it's not just about ending the fighting.
It's about creating a pathway forward that leaves Ukraine sovereign, independent, and prosperous.
Rubio said the vision goes beyond just a post-war rebuilding of the country. Rustem Umerov, Ukraine's national security advisor, said so far the United States' support has been steadfast.
U.S. is hearing us, U.S. is supporting us, U.S. is walking beside us.
Secretary Rubio said this Florida meeting aims to build on progress made during discussions in Switzerland as the U.S. and President Trump hope to broker a peace deal. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
The U.S. military says it recently destroyed 15 sites containing weapons from ISIS in Syria. U.S. Central Command says the U.S. and Syrian forces identified and destroyed the weapons during airstrikes conducted in the last week. The combined operation destroyed more than 130 mortars, rockets, rifles, and machine guns. Authorities in California are looking for the person responsible for a shooting that killed 4 people and wounded 11 at a banquet hall in Stockton.
We are confirming that the 4 deceased, that the ages are 8, 9, 14, and 21.
Heather Brent with the local sheriff's office. She says the shooting took place during a family event. New details are emerging about the Afghan man accused of gunning down 2 National Guard members near the White House last week. The suspect may have been unraveling for years. The man has been unable to hold a job down and cycle between isolation and sudden cross-country trips. A community advocate even warned he might kill himself. America's listening to Fox News.
This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Pope Leo has arrived in Lebanon.
In a country no stranger to war, peace is the theme of this leg of Pope Leo's journey. Lebanon has one of the largest percentages of Christians in the Middle East, and the Gaza conflict has had a violent spillover effect. The Pope will look to share his belief that,
in spite of differences, in spite of different religions, in spite of different beliefs, that we are all brothers and sisters.
Pope Leo speaking as he began his trip. Last weekend, Israel killed a Hezbollah commander in a strike on Lebanon's capital, Beirut. The Vatican says all security precautions have been taken. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
The Pope also visited Turkey, where he called for peace in the region. A special election in Tennessee has national implications and has the attention of both parties on Capitol Hill.
Republicans are trying to avoid a major upset with an already razor-thin majority in the House. And Democrats want to keep up with their recent victories, so they want to further narrow that House majority. So this special general election race on Tuesday is critical. Trump-endorsed Matt Van Epps is a former Army helicopter pilot. He says he's America First conservative, and he's been slamming his opponent, Afton Bain, calling her radical. And while the state representative is facing backlash for so-called far-left socialist policies, Bain is heavily campaigning on affordability. It's something that worked well with Mayor-elect Mamdani in New York. And the DNC chair believes she has a, quote, excellent shot to win.
Madison Scarpino there in Washington. To New England, Karen Reed's civil lawsuit against several state police investigators and witnesses is now in federal court. The defendants requested the change. Reed alleges others were responsible for killing Officer John O'Keefe. A jury in Canton, Mass. acquitted her of the most serious charges earlier this year. I'm Jim Osman, and you're listening to Fox News.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
As the day unfolds with laughter and cheer, Brad's got the magic that brings us all near. Sharing tales of hope, dreams that shine bright. Good morning, Marianas, together we ignite. So join the palm trees, we dance through the days. Rhythm and soul in so many ways. Together we rise, through the moments we share. Good morning, Marianas, feel the love everywhere. Wake up to the sunshine in the morning light. Good vibes all
goodness. Can you believe it? It's Monday. How did Monday get here? And it got here so fast, it feels like it was just Friday. The world has changed on us, and all of a sudden we are back in work. Have I even left this studio? Am I wearing the same clothes? This is what I ended up wearing? I don't know. Oh my goodness, what a day, what a morning, what a start, and what a beautiful place to live. It is the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. We are broadcasting live from the island of Saipan. If you look over there, you'll see Tinian. If you look all the way over there, you'll see Rhoda. And if you look over there, you might catch a little bit of Guam. All right, you're not going to be able to see Guam from here, but it is pretty cool. If you look that way, you could see Anatahan, though, too, on a good day. Anyway, it's a great one for you here. We've got, in fact, I'm watching this spinning posting wheel of death going as we are uploading a video to the main page right now. I want to welcome all of you guys to our morning show. It is the #1 morning show in the Marianas. And how can I say that? Well, I don't know, because I'm, it worked for Howard Stern. But, you can see the numbers and we end up getting blah, 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 blah. But anyway, the only reason why it's good is because of you guys who are here watching it. And it's a lot of fun for us to do all this stuff. And hopefully we're bringing you all the stuff that you got. Now, you already got your news update for everything that's happening. And we're going to be talking more about sports, the NFL updates and everything, but we are also going to get you some of the traffic that is going on here in the CNMI. And you might not think that we have a lot of traffic, but fun fact, we do. And we're going to get you that right now once we get over here. Oh my goodness, sometimes this ends up giving me a different look, and sometimes it gives me exactly what I need in life. But right now, it is not giving me what I need, but we are going to get it for you right here. Are you ready? Can you handle it? All right, let's start getting the traffic. These are the mean streets of Saipan right now, and they're looking pretty good. Sticking point that we normally get over there by Shell Dandan's actually looking pretty good for your morning drive in the Marianas. You don't have to worry about school today, so you don't have to worry about the buses. Everything looking mighty good. What a difference those school buses make. No, I'm not saying that we should get rid of PSS or public schools at all. It would be cool if we could just get public school helicopters to pick up at different spots all over Saipan. That would be awesome. All right, well, that's the intersection that matters at the place where connections matter by IT&E. Looking like there's just a little bit of congestion over there for folks who are making their way up from Beach Road. The old AK intersection looks pretty good, and as we make our way south on Beach Road, everything looks good, even all the way down to Chalampiao. Not a bad place to be now. Over there, folks coming down the hill from the airport over there in Esperdido, when they get to Guangdong Hardware, it's just going to take them a little bit longer to get to where they need to go. All the way to Buffalo. No, I don't even want to look at the score. I don't even want to know. We're going to look at it in a little bit. Taking a look along East Drive all the way around the Back Island Road. Things are looking pretty good as you pass by Santa Lourdes, even the Rodeo Drive of Saipan. Yeah, we don't have DFS anymore, but we've got Sarah Market, News NU Market, and Capitol Hill Market all together up there on the Back Island Road. The Miranda capital of the Marianas is looking mighty good. A little bit of traffic by the pickleball / tennis courts over there by CHC. A little bit of traffic over there on Orchid Street. Traffic is all tied up in coconuts to coconut trees. That's what Orchid Street's all about. A little bit of traffic over there by JG Sablon Ice and Water as well. Again, there's always these cars going around by the NMI Museum. I think this is just people trying to creep around the intersection there, and I don't understand why they would do it. There's even an easy lane to get through it. All right. Getting down the double-barreled look of Beach Road and Middle Road all the way back to the CMG, and everything's looking mighty fine. You know where it really is looking mighty fine? Over at Transit CNMI. That's right. With Transit CNMI, you don't even have to worry about where you want to go because they'll take you there, especially on the Blue Line. The Blue Line is getting people where they need to go for only $2. And even better deal if you've got a disability, if you're a student, if you're a veteran, you're active duty service, or you're Manamco, you only have to pay $1. You gotta love it. In fact, all last month they had a special deal for service members, but that's gone now, baby. You gotta pay. It is. By the way, they're available from 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 at night. Monday through Friday. Weekends and holidays, 6:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. A smoking deal available for you. They've got great, comfortable seats. They've got smiley drivers who will take you where you need to go. They will help you get on if you need it too. But don't try to make change out of your money. They do not make change. They're exact change only. That's right. If you want some more info, though, you can give them a call at 236-2682. 236-2682. They're great folks. And, you know, they've got air conditioning, comfortable seats. Everybody's awesome. And they've got free Wi-Fi. Can you imagine getting anywhere you need to go and not getting in trouble for looking at your phone? I mean, you know, I am not used to that. I love the idea of being able to just like bury my face in my phone while I am getting work done or while I'm on the go. I can't do it because I'm driving. All I have to do is hop on with Transit CNMI and I would have it made, and you could too. And again, they're 7 days a week. Only a difference of a half an hour, whether they're weekends and holidays or regular work days. And you got to love those guys. They're doing a great job for the Marianas, and we're big fans of them, and you should be too. All right, well, let's start getting into some of what is going on here in the Marianas. We had a great weekend. Our Little League team is just killing it down there in Guam. It's the U15 national team. Now, Saipan Baseball League, not actually the Little League, but Saipan Baseball League is really the big driving force and the supporters behind what's going on with our kids down there in Guam. They're in the World Baseball Softball Confederation Oceania qualifiers for the Baseball World Cup, and our team is doing great. They are smacking the daylights out of their counterparts. They've had some close games with Guam, don't get me wrong, but I'll tell you, the juggernaut is Australia. Nobody's beating them. They are going to end up going to the World Cup, but they still have games today. And here we go, WSBC 15 Guam, and they have been playing so well, but Australia, boy, you know, we've heard how big these kids are. You know, these guys are beasts out there. We're going to call Chuck Cabrera, our favorite umpire out there. Sorry, Joe. Sorry, Jess. Okay. He's there. He's there. Actually, Joe Lizama is there in his official umping duties as part of the tournament, and it's going to be it's got to be a highlight to have him down there. The Special K strikeout celebration is, or it's not a celebration, but you know he definitely emotes like Fortnite in a great way. I love him out there. All right, today the games were supposed to be done yesterday, but the fields over there in Guam, if that rain out there is any indication of what it's like here over in Guam, well, the field, it looked nice yesterday, but the field still had standing water on it, so they're like, no, we're going to push it till Monday. And today, the NMI team is going to be playing against Guam at 9 o'clock. It'll be streamed here on the NMI News Service, thanks to Chuck Cabrera. Thank you, Chuck. In fact, we'll end up cutting out just a little bit, or they're going to start just a little bit late just to make sure that you're able to watch it. The 11:30 game, Guam's got to play back-to-back. I know it's a tough pull. And they're playing against Australia to close it out. And Australia is going to be playing back-to-back because they're going to play us at 2 o'clock. So there's a lot of baseball. All these teams are playing 6 games, and they were going to do it within about 3 days. Thank goodness they got 1 day to kind of relax a little bit yesterday. There it is. Luisa just said today's games are pushed back till 10 pending field conditions. That makes it a whole lot easier for us with regarding the end of the show and the start of the Chuck cast. That's right. Cabrera Media taking over. And Chuck has been doing a great job. He's over there. He's cheering for his son and all the boys out there. He's doing some commentary for the games and broadcasting for you. So you guys, buy Chuck some lunch when he gets back here. He's been a hero for everybody. He's like Luisa, but just not as cool. Luisa doing it here in the Northern Marianas, and Chuck going down there to do it in the South in Guam. Anyway, our boys are doing really well. They're 2-2. They've got 2 wins against Guam. They've got 2 losses against Australia. Those guys from Australia, again, just beasts. I mean, they are just really tough. And it's not easy when you're going down there and you're playing against these dudes who are huge. Here's what went down 2 days ago on Saturday. The CNMI ended up beating Guam 22-15. Where's the defense? It's all offense all the time. And then Australia beat Guam 13-5, so we got that going for us, which is nice. And then we fell to Australia 17-2 in Australia's back-to-back game. You would almost think maybe we have a little bit of an advantage when we play them back-to-back. It's tough. A couple days ago on Friday when they got things started, took a big loss to Australia. The first time we saw them, we lost 15-0, and that sounds awful. Guam ended up losing to them in their back-to-back game 9-0, but then we came back and beat Guam 24-5. I mean, the NMI bats are on fire. Who's on fire? We are on fire. Our guys are just. Our bats are strong. We're playing against some dudes who are like all 6. It's like we're playing the East German women's Olympic team. And they're all on steroids, and they're awesome. No, these are not serious allegations. They're not part kangaroo with infused DNA. No, these guys, they're just big dudes who can play. I love that, though, asking about their birth certificates. I know. But hopefully everything's going to be fine over there for them to finish the games today. Because I imagine their travel plans are booked. They can't change off of that. And today, either way, Australia's 4-0. They beat everybody. They beat everybody twice, and convincingly, they have punched their ticket to move on to the next round of the Cup, while the CNMI and Guam were just playing for bragging rights for the next head-to-head against each other this morning. And as we should. It's going to be a great game, and it's a real test of how our guys are going to be at that next level. And this is their first time playing in one of these tournaments, so every single one of these opportunities helps us get better. Every single time we face this kind of pitching, every time we face this kind of hitting, it's going to make our team better for the next round of competition. The FSM is not getting this opportunity. Palau, they'll have their own regional, but they're not getting this opportunity. This is something that's great for our boys, and hopefully it'll really pay off. Like Fiji, all these teams that we played against in mini games, their kids aren't getting this kind of an opportunity. So we got to consider ourselves pretty fortunate that you're able to do it. I told my boy the same thing. Like, hey, if your team is getting shelled by the other team and he's the keeper, I'm like, hey, think of it this way. Don't take it as tough as a loss. Just think of how many more opportunities you're getting to see that ball arc from a certain way, or see some kid from the other team with one of those really good shots, watching it arc in the air. That's a new way to see something that you can react to that you would not have gotten if you're just on some super solid team that doesn't let anybody score on you. So it's a great opportunity for us. The boys are doing great. The hosting over there has been amazing. The mayor of Agate had hosted at his office for the team. He had the boys over there and their families for Thanksgiving, and it's just been a great trip for baseball altogether. It's a great relationship builder for the boys to play against their guys from Guam too. So all is good in the hood, and we got zero complaints about any of this stuff. Our boys are going to keep doing great over there. We've been covering it as it's been going on, and we'll continue to cover it today. And hopefully we'll grab those kids when they get back here and hear about how they've been doing overseas. Speaking of which, that's not the only competitor from the Marianas who's been competing overseas. Frank the Crank and Cookie and the fam have been out there in Japan as well. We have an interview with Frank that we did yesterday. We had a great time catching up with Frank the Crank while he was in Japan, and we're going to show that to you now. It's going to be popping up on our main page later. It's already up on YouTube, but it'll pop up on the... So if you want to watch it, you can go watch it on YouTube as well. But you're going to be able to watch it on our Facebook page, and at 12 o'clock is when it's supposed to post. And what's the other one? And that's mainly because I put PM instead of AM. I know. All the other ones work, though. Luisa is just saying in the comments, Jeter said baseball is a humbling game, and it's true. I'm so proud of our boys. Yeah, you're right. It is a humbling game. And now, but the experience of competing against other competition from all over makes you better. It's like it's stealing your resolve against folks and improving the level of experience that you're going to be able to bring to your next match. Speaking of next match, Frank the Crank, like we said, he's already retired from the UFC, and now he is taking his talents to the mats. And you got to see this. This is great. We spoke with him yesterday while he was at the competition, just before his wife got going. All right, Frank, it looks like you have a heck of a thing going on over there. Where are you, and what are you doing?
Man, we're here in Japan, Takasaki, Japan. I believe is where we're at. It's a full event weekend. We had the East Japan tournament on Friday where I competed. At the Masters Japan yesterday. And then now we have the kids today and some of the rest of the Masters today. So, yeah, full event weekend. We have a bunch of competitors. And, yeah, my wife is in the bullpen, so she's about to crank it up.
No kidding. That's awesome.
Yeah, she's in the zone. So, if I try to bother her, you're going to try to get me beat up, okay? So, don't let me get beat up, please.
Hey, so you had a pretty good result also. You ended up getting gold. You got a black belt?
Yeah, so my first IBJJF tournament as a black belt. Now that I'm retired, I'm really focusing on jiu-jitsu. I have a huge program with purebred jiu-jitsu in Nagano in Guam. Oh, and we work together with Cookie and Trench Tech Saipan.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, my first competition as a black belt, and dude, it was tough. A lot of tough guys from the region, fighting guys from Japan, Korea, a couple guys from Brazil, UK. On Friday, I got gold in my division. On Saturday, I got gold in my division. And then I got bronze in the absolute open weight.
Wow, that's amazing. And so when you're going against the open weights, there's a lot of bigger guys in there?
Yes, so the first guy I fought was around my weight class. The second guy was a super heavyweight. He was a huge Brazilian. Was able to get the win off of that. Wow. And then in the semifinals, I lost via submission against a Brazilian guy. But it was a good fight, nevertheless.
Awesome. So this is incredible. So you've hung up the other gloves, and now you're going for the full jiu-jitsu experience, and you're just tearing it up out there in Japan, repping really well. What's the takeaway about like some of the difference between doing something like this where you're limited to kind of one discipline?
Hyper focus, definitely a lot more skill that needs to be acquired for specific sports. When it came to fighting and MMA, I just had to take the best things from each art to build my mixed martial arts game. And now with jiu-jitsu, it's a pure focus of just the art. So a lot of the guys, they were better than me technically. So I just had to make it a fight, push the pace, and just really be relentless with my attacks, and I came out victorious with 2 gold medals.
Is this something where you're able to like the more time you put into it, the more experience, it's actually just going to help you the next time you get out there too? I mean, you did great already, but like going against like that open weight.
Yes, and I think it's time, right? Like, and the skill acquisition, the experience. I'm very fortunate to have fighting experience and combat experience, and that's all I was telling myself. Like, hey, even though I'm technically new to this game at black belt, I have the fighting experience ever since fighting in trench wars, the UFC, the UFC. I have combat experience, and I can't forget about that. So I really stepped down deep to see what I was really good at, and I think what I do to jiu-jitsu is relentlessness and just constantly attacking. That's MMA, that fighter mentality into this art.
Wow, that's awesome. And while you're there, I mean, are you able to show them how to cut some sushi with some nice Schnarp tools?
I know, actually, I'm gonna check out some of the Schnarp knives over here so that I can learn. And as much as I am a martial artist when it comes to jiu-jitsu and competition, I'm a martial artist when it comes to my business, right? So Japan makes one of the best knives. I have some Japanese knives on the blade of my Crank Schnarp line. And I'm going to come out and see what's really Schnarp out here, dude.
That's great. Hey, your wife's going to be going at it here in a little bit?
Yeah, if you can see her, she's right there, the black bead. She's ready to go. Cookie and the team, they're doing so well. Mari just finished. She got bronze.
Wow.
Yeah, so, man, I see Mari is crushing, and all the teams are all up there. So this is where we're at right now, in the arena.
That's incredible. So I was looking at the results, and it looks like there's just a lot of folks from Guam in the CNMI.
Man, we're very blessed to get the support that we need to continue to come out. And, we ask for the continued support, and it's only going to make our kids stronger, the next generation stronger and sharper and more disciplined. So I'm passionate about martial arts, and I just want to say it's just awesome for everyone.
All right. Hey, I know that you're still there to coach up everybody else, but what's next for you?
Continue to train, continue to build I think I got the jiu-jitsu bug. So I might be competing more international tournaments, still building the team, still keeping things Schnarp, and still represent the Marianas as proud of a local boy as I am.
All right. Well, hey, thanks, Frank. I'll let you go so you can get back out there and focus on that. Thanks so much for taking some time away from the big event for this.
No, man, thank you so much. And thank you for covering, for the love. Always nice to hear from you. I appreciate you guys sending a lot of love back home. And, things are tough, but as long as we stay focused, we tell everyone that we love each other, we keep working together, things will be good.
All right. Well, that's Frank the Crank from Japan bringing home the hardware. His luggage is going to be a lot heavier on the road trip back home for sure now that he won all those big awards. Congratulations to you and good luck to your wife.
Woo, let's go.
All right. Take
Later,
care.
guys.
All right, that was Frank the Crank, and that it will be available on our regular Facebook page. The interview with them is already on as far as a news story on nminewsservice.com, so you can read about that too in case you missed some of that. It's also available right now that you can watch the full interview. It's on our YouTube channel, NMI News 670. So you can check us out. That's on YouTube. You can't miss it, and you can't miss it anywhere. Anyway, that's what we got for you at the very top of the show. We're going to get the latest news update that we got, but the best way for us to do that is to make sure that we can still do this stuff, and we can do it because we got great sponsors out there taking care of us. So make sure you take care of them too.
Hey, bro, can I? Yeah, man, go for it. Right on. Thanks, bro. Hey, bro, can I grab your bush too? Sure, bro. Go ahead. Thanks.
Now I can grab my own bush. Saipan, it's time to grab your bush. Pick up a 12-pack of ice-cold Bush, and you're in for more than just a refreshing beer. Every 12-pack gives you a chance to win exclusive Bush gear and more. So don't wait. Swing by your favorite store, grab your Bush, and join the fun. Because here in Saipan, the best moments are even better with Bush. Grab your Bush today.
Shiny smiles all around, where happiness is found. It's the little things that make it true. Shiny smiles start with
The end of war in Ukraine. Fox News, I'm Jim Osman. Here's what's happening. Secretary of State Marco Rubio is in Florida to talk with officials from Ukraine about ending the war with Russia.
Secretary Rubio said Sunday morning as meetings with Ukraine officials began, it's not just about ending the fighting.
It's about creating a pathway forward that leaves Ukraine sovereign, independent, and prosperous.
Rubio said the vision goes beyond just a post-war rebuilding of the country. Rustem Umerov, Ukraine's national security advisor, said so far the United States' support has been steadfast.
U.S. is hearing us, U.S. is supporting us, U.S. is walking beside us.
Secretary Rubio said this Florida meeting aims to build on progress made during discussions in Switzerland as the U.S. and President Trump hope to broker a peace deal. Gernal Scott, Fox News.
The U.S. military says it recently destroyed 15 sites containing weapons from ISIS in Syria. U.S. Central Command says the U.S. and Syrian forces identified and destroyed the weapons during airstrikes conducted in the last week. The combined operation destroyed more than 130 mortars, rockets, rifles, and machine guns. Authorities in California are looking for the person responsible for a shooting that killed 4 people and wounded 11 at a banquet hall in Stockton.
We are confirming that the 4 deceased, that the ages are 8, 9, 14, and 21.
Heather Brent with the local sheriff's office. She says the shooting took place during a family event. New details are emerging about the Afghan man accused of gunning down 2 National Guard members near the White House last week. The suspect may have been unraveling for years. The man has been unable to hold the job down and cycle between isolation and sudden cross-country trips. A community advocate even warned he might kill himself. America's listening to Fox News.
This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Pope Leo has arrived in Lebanon.
In a country no stranger to war, peace is the theme of this leg of Pope Leo's journey. Lebanon has one of the largest percentages of Christians in the Middle East, and the Gaza conflict has had a violent spillover effect. The Pope will look to share his belief that,
in spite of differences, in spite of different religions, in spite of different beliefs, that we are all brothers and sisters.
Pope Leo speaking as he began his trip. Last weekend, Israel killed a Hezbollah commander in a strike on Lebanon's capital, Beirut. The Vatican says all security precautions have been taken. Jonathan Savage, Fox News.
The Pope also visited Turkey, where he called for peace in the region. A special election in Tennessee has national implications and has the attention of both parties on Capitol Hill.
Republicans are trying to avoid a major upset with an already razor-thin majority in the House. And Democrats want to keep up with their recent victories, so they want to further narrow that House majority. So this special general election race on Tuesday is critical. Trump-endorsed Matt Van Epps is a former Army helicopter pilot. He says he's America First conservative, and he's been slamming his opponent, Afton Bain, calling her radical. And while the state representative is facing backlash for so-called far-left socialist policies, Bain is heavily campaigning on affordability. It's something that worked well with Mayor-elect Mamdani in New York. And the DNC chair believes she has a, quote, excellent shot to win.
Madison Scarpino there in Washington. To New England, Karen Reed's civil lawsuit against several state police investigators and witnesses is now in federal court. The defendants requested the change. Reed alleges others were responsible for killing Officer John O'Keefe. A jury in Canton, Mass. Acquitted her of the most serious charges earlier this year. I'm Jim Osman, and you're listening to Fox News.
If you see something, say something. And stay anonymous. Call Crime Stoppers at 234-7272 or submit a tip online at nmicrimestoppers.com. No names, no caller ID, no recordings, just your info. And if your tip leads to an arrest, you could earn up to $1,000 in cash. Your tips have helped take hundreds of criminals off the streets in the NMI. It works because of you. Crime Stoppers, we want your information, not your name. PHI is your local pharmacy serving customers in Cagman, Garapan, and Dandan since 1996. Shop PHI Pharmacy for all your prescriptions, and we even offer a large line of multivitamin supplements. Our Dandan location is open weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 4 on weekends. Or visit our Garapan and Cagman locations weekdays from 8 to 6 and 8 to 1 on Saturdays. Check us out online at phipharmacy.com or follow us on Facebook. PHI is a locally owned independent community Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
Wake up, sunshine, it's a brand new day. Brad's got the stories that'll light your way. Take a smile on his face, he's ready to share. Share. Good morning, Marianas. Feel the love in the air. Good morning, Marianas. Come join the fun. Together we'll shine like the morning sun.
With the waves crashing in, hear the ocean's call. Brad brings the news that connects us all. From the islands to the world, those counting years. Good morning, Marianas, the best time of year.
Good morning, Marianas. Let's start the day. Laughter and stories, come what may. Ina's kitchen, so delicious.
I mean, I'm thinking about it. I'm thinking about Ina's Kitchen. How do you not think about it? It is great. It is delicious. It doesn't even matter what their special is. Just order it. You will not be disappointed. You will not be disappointed. Hey, you know what? You might be disappointed if you ended up missing out on some of those great deals that were going on. I will call that number. You got it. Call. All right. And we're going to call these guys in a second. But you might be disappointed if you thought that you missed out on these platters that were going on at Surf Club. Guess what? No, you did not miss out on it. Thanksgiving platters are still available today at Surf Club. The promo runs until December 6th, so you got through the end of the week. You can still cater your Thanksgiving party or any party that you like with Surf Club. Give them a call at 670-235-1122. 670-235-1122. That's how you can get on some of this great stuff. I'm telling you, Surf Club, they've got those great platters that are amazing. Hey, we're going to make a real quick call. And we're going to get some folks all lined up here in just a second. All right. How about this? 1 second. We are going to call this number to get you guys on tap. All right. Video. Okay. Let's see if we can't do a video call real quick. Here we go. we are reaching out to Guam. Holy cow, I can see, I know you can't see me yet. I'll see if I can't change the camera. But on the screen with us right now is the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Next Level himself, Kyle Huckug. Austin Kyle Huckug, for those of you who don't know. How's it going?
Hey, good morning, Brad. Good morning. Thanks for having us. Just good morning so far. We got the boys warming up right now. Field is a little wet. We got the blowers going on, but overall, it's been good here over in Guahan.
That's awesome. It looks like you're cold. It's.
Yeah, it's that time. So that's the forecast, right? We're in the winter season.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, it's cold in here too because I got the aircon set. But you guys have been having some really great action. We've been watching it from here, and we've been really fortunate to be able to see any of the action. But watching it here and watching the kids play well, and a little bit of a roller coaster. You have some real great success playing against the Guam guys, and then you're playing against these mountain guys from Australia.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Right now, our situation is that we already clinched second place, right?
Mm-hmm.
If our people don't know, Australia has already clinched a ticket to the World Cup, but even with that, our NMI boys are still, determined to take at least one game from him, right? And that's what we're looking at. But right now, with already being second place, it's an honor, to guide and manage our U15 national baseball players. Because it's amazing. It's amazing, right? We, especially not having baseball years before, and this shows us that baseball, softball, that spirit, that culture in the CNMI is still alive and well, right?
It is great, and it's great seeing the people who are really passionate about the sport being the ones who are really doing it. Having you and Tone out there is awesome. I know the boys are learning the right way. They're hearing the right lessons, whether it's on the field or off the field. You guys set the tone early by saying, hey, this is a professional trip, boys. This is how it's supposed to be. You're a walking embodiment of the Commonwealth of the Northern Mariana Islands. And hearing that just at the meetings that you had for the team, I would be super happy that my kid was part of your program because of what you guys are doing.
No, thank you so much, Brad, man. Like I said at the send-off ceremony, we are a product of our baseball system, coming out of the CNMI. And I think it's only right for us to, pay it forward, and pass down, the baseball culture that we've been taught. And the outcome speaks for itself. I know the boys are bummed, going down against Australia. But we're 2-2. 500. And anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
A 500 is great. But again, that's the competitive culture and mindset, mentality that these boys have, is that, they really want to, take down, big Australia. And you mentioned mountain men. If you don't know, Australia's average height is about 5'9", 5'10", average, right? Their fastest throwers throwing, 85, right? And it's a great experience overall because now the boys know that there's levels to this, right?
Yeah.
And that's what they want to get to, right, Brad? The next level.
That's the next level is right. Yeah, that is the best from Mr. Next Level too. Australia, the other thing is they've got 27 million people who live there. We're on a complete commonwealth that maybe with some of the folks who have left, maybe about 40,000, and we're doing great playing against them. And each one of these boys got to be learning something that they're going to take into their next encounter with whoever they play.
Yes, one of the officials from Australia team, mentioned how, 3-4 players are from each state of Australia, right? The best of the best of Australia.
Mm-hmm.
You have these boys, Australia, playing months back at the Junior League World Series in Taylor, Michigan. You had them some of them were in the 50-70 Intermediate League World Series, right? So it's great experience, exposure, and something I always mention, right? The more you see, the more you learn, the better overall. And I know in the next years, we will set up, the U18 as these guys will go up there to be, to know again, to be the role models of the next upcoming U12s, U15s. And that's what we hope for, right?
Well, and they're turning out some great results too, though. Like some of the boys are finding their bats against these guys. I know we've been able to hit Guam pretty well too. My gosh, just scoring 1 million runs. But can you tell us some of the bright spots about what our boys are doing? Like some of the standout performances, or some of the individual efforts, or something that really your big takeaway about the things that made you really excited with the boys.
Oh yeah, despite the first game, the good thing, the huge thing, right, is that Team NMI faces the best first string of Australia, all right? And, coming off of that and playing Guam and coming off 24 runs, our offense game, is there. Although we got to polish up a little bit on our defense side, but each and every one, right, we've been training for the last, several months, and it shows. Because, again, the growth, the development of, I know we have people that went perfect in some of those games, right, hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Our pitchers, there's the pitch count is huge, right? If you pitch one more pitch than you can, they won't be eligible. So it's all this, the strategy there, but the boys holding it down, and we've been really good with, having our pitchers back each other up. But honestly, the biggest highlight here is our batting, scoring runs, and helping out our pitchers in that way. Because despite the errors, we still get it. We still get it back in the offensive side.
How about that field? How's the conditions out there? I can see puddles behind you.
Oh yeah. Let me show you what's going on here over the Dededo Sports Complex. We got some guys working on it. This field is, the first couple of days it was good. Yesterday, we had to cancel our game, and so now today we're forced on a doubleheader. But we're told by the grounds crew that The outfield doesn't, the water doesn't go down well. If you could see what's going on right here, they're trying to, get all the water out. And we're hoping that the weather, helps us out.
It looks. Are they using leaf blowers to dry off the field?
Yes.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Alvin Takai picking up some tips over there watching these guys.
Oh, yeah. Picking up some tips or, giving some tips, right? Takai, always helping out with the field back in Saipan. But overall, with our coaching staff and the willingness to grow and the love of the sport, our boys are doing, an amazing job. Although we want to be in a different position with headed to the World Cup, but this is great already. I think, coming into this tournament, everyone thought we were going to be, 3 of 3. And so, that's what I've been told, right?
Mm-hmm.
A compliments of, oh, your boys are playing really well. Did you expect that? Of course we expected that, right? This is the best of, NMI, and I hope that, they inspire the next group of players, to represent our islands with pride and spirit, just like how they have.
Well, they're doing great. I mean, we're proud of them over here watching from Saipan. I know you guys are broadcasting the games on Next Level over on the IG, right? And it's at NXTLEVEL?
It's at NXTLVL CNMI.
There you go. So you guys, if you're not already following Kyle and on Instagram, please do. He's got all the games all the time. And he's not just somebody who just kind of hangs around it. He lives that baseball life and that sports life out here. And it's great to see that you're out there helping to guide these kids. You're doing the real give back, Kyle. You're not talking it, you're living it. It's great to see. And, we're lucky to have you out there.
Thank you. Again, like I mentioned, it's an honor. And I'm glad that I'm able to, passing the knowledge, the baseball IQ to then the future of, the CNMI. Hoping that, again, they pick it up, and take it to, to higher heights, better places. And that's all that it is for me. And I'm just thankful and fortunate. Couldn't have asked for a better team. And all the supporters, coming out, that has brought us here. A huge thank you. And I know the boys from the bottom of their hearts, they know and appreciate more than ever, being in this position. That all the support and love from the CNMI, it's amazing. So thank you all. Thank you all.
The other thing that you're doing is that you are leading by example. These kids, when they grow up, they're going to end up making sure baseball in the CNMI stays alive, strong, and they're going to end up giving back because the people, their role models like you and Tone and everybody who's out there is doing it. Hey, real quick, can you talk about like the kind of hospitality you're getting from the folks over there in Guam?
Yeah, we're getting some love from Guam family teams, but I'm glad that we have, we're given, cases of water for our game, bags of ice. But look, and again, you see, I showed you people, we had like 7 people, 7 Guam people, just on the field trying to make this happen for us. And so, again, I'm thankful for that because we were ready yesterday for this game,
Mm-hmm.
right? And we want to complete the sweep. And I know the boys are on the same mindset. And if all goes well with the weather today, we'll have a doubleheader. And we're playing. Our initial game was set for 9 a.m., but because of the field condition, they pushed it off an hour, so 10 a.m. Some ground rules will change, so we could hope to complete the rest of the schedule. And so we'll play again the last game of the day, which is be around 3 p.m., 3:30. But Brad, sorry, I forgot to mention, man. I'm glad that for NMI baseball boys, this opportunity reminds them that they belong in any field against anybody, right? Despite the height difference, these guys' heart, man. We're the only one cheering, right? Our dugout, right? And that's that baseball culture that we bring from the CNMI. And so it's a great reminder and great lessons, right? That I hope that they could take on, as they navigate through, their own personal lives, and they can overcome, these challenges because of all the values that they've learned through, sport, and not just baseball, but in this case, yes, baseball. I guess, that was one of the biggest takeaways that I wanted, for, the boys to look at is that, with being 500, that means we won 2 and we lost 2. But despite coming down on a game, we learn that we have to come up on the next game, all right? And so it is a roller coaster. And so it's a nice learning lesson for the boys to go through, right? That they could achieve anything that they want. They could be anybody that they want to be. But we just got to put in the work. And I think this U15 team understand more than ever that there's levels to the game.
Well, these are great opportunities for them that you can't get this kind of experience by just sitting around and not traveling and testing the waters out there. You guys got them going. We're going to be these kids right now, they're going to be our future CNMI national adult players, and getting this kind of experience is going to help them get ready for that. So we're going to win some more golds when they get older.
Absolutely. And to the 95,232 viewers watching this right now, a little, we're hoping that we could bring, the U18 qualifiers over back to, the NMI. So if you're watching this and listening to this, and you're eligible for the U18, start working.
Yeah, we'll try to make sure that we can do it right. Get a lot of love. If we get to host it here in the NMI, man, that would be amazing. So hopefully we could put in a big plug for that, and get us get that. We'll let them see what it's like when we host it. Baseball's a little different here.
Absolutely.
Awesome, Kyle. I know you're busy. The game got pushed back to 10, right?
Correct. Looks like again, if no rain comes through, that's what we're doing. And so, but again, Brad, I just want to say thank you so much for having me on here, and putting the spotlight, on the boys. That's the most important thing here. It's these boys. But also a huge thank you to all the supporters, that brought us here, from the donations, to the in-kind. Without all of that, we won't be here, and these boys won't experience this. Just know that this is gonna be forever with them. And thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Kyle. You're a hometown hero. You and the boys, getting those guys ready to go. So thanks so much. Good luck today. We're going to be watching.
Absolutely. Hey, thank you so much. Hey, boys, say what's up real quick.
What's up? Those are boys from the U15 Nationals. They're over there in Guam at the World Baseball Softball Confederation Oceania qualifiers. They are killing it out there, and hopefully that field will be good for them so we can watch them in a little bit. Good luck, guys.
Thank you, Brad.
Thank you, too. Thanks, Kyle. All right, that's their manager, the man, the myth, the legend. That's Kyle Huck, who's took some time out to make sure that we can get a little update of everything that's happened. And gotta absolutely love it. All right, just a little bit north of where they are, just giving you guys an update. This is something that came out this weekend, but it starts today. I will get this up on the screen for you guys as well so you can see it. This is from the Homeland Security Emergency Management Team, and it's about the VHF. It's the radio when you're out there and going through Guam on the boat. It says, CNMI Office of Homeland Security and Emergency Management in conjunction with the United States Coast Guard Sector Guam is urging awareness of an upcoming temporary outage of VHF radio communications coverage in the vicinity of Rota and the surrounding areas in the CNMI beginning today. Folks on your boats, mariners, should anticipate reduced reception and transmission capabilities that may potentially impact distress and safety communications. Coast Guard's proactively addressing the temporary disruption in radio communications, working closely with local partners such as the Rota Department of Public Safety and accelerating the deployment of interim solutions. Here's the affected areas, primarily around Rota, extending to adjacent waters. Mariners transiting through the areas should anticipate reduced VHF reception and transmission capabilities. How long is this going to last? Well, temporary outages are expected to last until the interim solutions are in place. So there's not a real time frame, but it says potentially within the next couple of months. So if you're going to be trying to boat to Rota, you might have a difficult time trying to communicate to anybody if anything happens. Long-term enhancements to the communications infrastructure are also underway. We're going to reach out to Homeland to find out what the heck's actually happening. So safety recommendations, they say monitor your VHF FM channel 16 and other channels closely. Well, it doesn't help if you can't actually listen to the VHF. It says use alternative communication methods where possible, such as satellite phones, emergency position indicating radio beacons, and other distress signaling devices. Plan voyages with extra caution, including informing local authorities. Yeah, so let the folks know if you're going to be going to Rota by boat or you're going to Guam, let folks from here know so that if you don't get back, they can start looking for you because you're not going to be able to use your VHF radio when you're around Rota. It says in case of emergency, attempt to contact the Coast Guard via any means necessary or relay through nearby vessels or shore stations. That's rough. So, what we're going to do, we're going to reach out to Homeland. In fact, we're going to send them a message real quick. See if we can't get that. Hopefully they're working today. Let's see. Ooh. Can we get a call about the VHF situation in Rota? All right, let's find out and see how this works. So we're reaching out to Bernard Villagomez. He is the public information officer for Homeland Security. So we'll see if we can't get him on the show real quick before we get out of here by the end of the day today. But that's it. If you're going to be out there on the water, I mean, we could even reach out to Glenn Bermudez. We could get fancy. But we'll ask Bernard if he's got the info on this. And see if we can't get him on the phone to explain it a little bit. Hold on, I can reach out. While we're here, let's do this, boom. While we're here, let's see if we can't get another update real quick. Oh, good, we do. I'll tell you what, while we try to get that, we'll get you the latest news update. It just hit, so here you go.
pushing to end the war. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. Senior U.S. officials sat down with Ukrainian negotiators in South Florida today amid President Trump's renewed drive to end Russia's war in Ukraine. Secretary of State Marco Rubio.
It's not just about the terms that ends fighting. It's about also the terms that set up Ukraine for long-term prosperity. I thought we started laying the groundwork for that, most certainly in Geneva. I think we continued that work in our communications throughout the week. I think we built on that again today, but there's more work to be done. This is delicate. It's complicated.
Special Envoy Steve Witkoff and President Trump's son-in-law Jared Kushner took part in the 4-hour talks today at a golf resort in Hallandale Beach. A senior official says Witkoff and Kushner will leave for Moscow tomorrow to resume negotiations with Russia. A manhunt continues in Northern California for the gunman who shot 15 people at a children's birthday party last night in Stockton, killing 4. At least 3 of them were children. Fox's Grinnell Scott has more.
The 4 people killed at what was a child's birthday party in Stockton were ages 8, 9, 14, and 21. Because the shooter has not yet been caught, police are asking for help from the public. San Joaquin County Sheriff's Office spokeswoman Heather Brandt said investigators believe there is no imminent public threat.
We still believe, with preliminary investigation, that this incident was a targeted incident and that there is no possible harm to the community.
Brand also said she could not confirm if the deceased victims were directly related. Local and federal law enforcement are aiding in this investigation. Grinnell Scott, Fox News.
And the U.S. military says it wiped out 15 ISIS weapon sites in southern Syria. Central Command reports the U.S. and Syrian forces hit the storage locations with airstrikes and ground blasts last week. America's listening to Fox News.
This is Ainsley Earhart. Thank you for joining me for the 52-episode podcast series, The Life of Jesus.
A listening experience that will provide hope, comfort, and understanding of the greatest story ever told. Listen and follow now at foxnewspodcasts.com or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Pope Leo urged Lebanon's political leaders today to act as true peacemakers and set aside their divisions. He delivered a clear moral challenge as he continued his first foreign trip as pontiff. And his visit aimed to offer hope to Lebanon's long-suffering people and to strengthen one of the Middle East's most vital Christian communities. Westerners are digging out from the weekend snowstorm.
Numerous schools are already throwing in the towel for Monday, and that may continue into Tuesday because it's going to stay cold here. Temperatures in the low 20s today and again on Monday. And that's 20 degrees below average. Over at the airport, a little mishap last night. A Delta regional jet slid off the taxiway around 10:30. No injuries, no problems. They got everybody on the bus and back to the terminal. 2 other flights coming in after that. One was diverted to Kansas City, another one to Omaha. The airport is up and running today after about half the flights were canceled yesterday.
Fox weather meteorologist Mike Seidel. Scientists are evaluating the discovery of bones in Scotland.
An unusual pile of bones was found near one of Scotland's most iconic landmarks. Those bones were found on Crow Hill near Arthur's Seat in Edinburgh. Park rangers found the bones during a routine patrol after a wildfire burned part of the park in August, but officials did not disclose the discovery until November. Archaeologists assessed and removed the bones thought to be from cattle, horse, sheep, a goat, and possibly a cat, with that mix potentially being significant. An official telling Fox News Digital the bones are likely post-medieval, but no age has been determined. Paul Stevens, Fox News.
And a long-lost painting by Peter Paul Rubens, which was hidden for more than 4 centuries, sells at auction in France for $2.7 million. That painting depicts the crucifixion of Christ, and it was found in a private townhouse in Paris. I'm Carmen Roberts. This is Fox News.
All right. Well, it was an abrupt change. We would go to a song or something like that right after the news, but we have more interesting stuff now because we have Bernard Villagomez from Homeland Security Emergency Management on with us right now. Bernard, thanks for the call.
Oh, thank you, Brad, for having me on, and thank you for covering this. This is pretty important since we have a lot of mariners.
Yeah, pretty massive. So could you tell us a little bit about what's going on? Bernard Villagomez, Public Information Officer for the Homeland Security Emergency Management. If you could just let us know a little bit about what's going on.
Okay, so the U.S. Coast Guard released a press release regarding voting public awareness of a temporary Marianas Islands region VHF communication outages. So I believe this is one of the main communication tools that mariners, fishermen use out in the waters. So they're just letting people know that there's going to be limited coverage between Guam and the Rota vicinity. And they just want to ensure that people have backup communication methods in case they encounter any issues within this vicinity. Those could include satellite phones, emergency positioning, indicating radio beacons, or distress signaling devices. They also want to make sure that you monitor VHF FM channel 16 and other available channels closely. To add to that, the CNMI State Warning Point also monitors VHF channels 13 and 16 daily, 24/7.
Wow. So now it said that it could be going on for a couple of months, huh?
Yes. So they're anticipating a couple of months of this limited VHF capabilities until they announce an interim solution. Yeah.
So what is it exactly? What's happening with it?
You know, I didn't get to have a chance to talk with my Coast Guard counterpart, so I don't know the exact reasons for the limited outage. But I do know that the Coast Guard and the Rota Department of Public Safety is working hard to find some temporary solution and a permanent solution to the issue.
Wow. Yeah, it was just a surprise. You know, I think that it wasn't as shocking to me. I thought maybe it was like a 1 day or a 2 day, like a temporary thing. It is temporary, but it says it's going to be for a couple of months, and not for just a short amount of time. And so this is kind of a big deal. What can people use instead of that VH radio, or what would you suggest?
Well, they did suggest, you could also use your phones, satellite phones, radio beacons, or other distress signals. They also have a NavText broadcast, or if you'd like to contact the U.S. Coast Guard Sector Rescue Subcenter, the phone number is 1-671-355. 4824. Or you could also monitor the VHF FM channel 16 and 13.
And does that operate differently with those channels as opposed to the other ones that it was normally picked up over there in Rota?
I don't know precisely because that's more of a communications, but since they are suggesting those to monitor those channels, I believe, those channels are not affected.
Okay, well, that's good. So it's just a limited thing for the next couple of months max from what they're saying. And and that's giving us a heads up. And it starts today. This is not, coming up in the future. Today it starts. So if you're hopping on a boat and you're heading out to Rota, or you're planning on going to Guam, you're probably going to stop in Rota anyway. You're going to have limited VHF capabilities, excuse me, in and around Rota.
Yes. And, there's also that phone number that I listed. And if you do look at the press releases, we have that number available. So if you would like to call before or, to receive any information, or while you're out there, you can use that number, or VHF channel 1362.
All right. Well, great. We're going to be posting this up for everyone to see it too. Anything else that folks should know?
If you'd like to read the specific update that the U.S. Coast Guard Sector Guam put out, you can check out their Facebook, USCG Forces Micronesia, or even their Instagram. And they have just the update on the situation. And when they find a solution to the issue, we will probably release something out on our behalf.
Okay.
To let the Mariners know, okay, we fixed the issue and can continue on.
All right. Well, at least we know that we got a good flow of communication coming from your office.
Yes. This is really serious because, we want to make sure our community is safe while they're fishing. We know our community relies heavily on fishing, and it's within the vicinity of Rota, so we don't know the exact cutoff point, but it's best that people are aware that it could be experienced within the sea and you're fishing.
All right. Well, it's good to know. Well, I know you guys are staying on top of it and getting the word out to us, so we appreciate that. And as soon as you get us something new, we'll make sure we get it out.
Yes, we'll be coordinating with our federal partners at the U.S. Coast Guard if there's any additional updates or if there's any changes to the situation.
Awesome. Well, thanks, Bernard. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Brad, for covering this. I appreciate it.
All right. Well, have a great day. If there's anything else going on, just give us a call, send us a message, and we'll make sure we get it out. Appreciate it.
Got it. Thank you, Brad.
Take care.
Take care.
All right, that's Bernard Villagomez from Homeland Security Emergency Management, keeping us up to date with what's happening with that outage for VHF and limited VHF ability anywhere when you're getting near and around Rota. And it starts today. It started today. So we haven't yet posted it up, but as soon as we wrap up the show today, we're going to have that on there for you. All right, so that's what's happening. Speaking of what's happening, we're going to get you a quick look again at what's happening on the mean streets of Saipan as we get down and take a look at traffic. Brought to you by the folks at Transit CNMI. This is your latest look. We'll snap our fingers and update it right there. You see there's just a little bit of traffic over there by the old AK, even the intersection that matters at the place where connections matter at IT&E. That's pretty nice and lovely driving around. Everything looking good on the south side too. Just a little people going east and west on Tunkyoshi Road over there by Guangdong Hardware, but not too bad. It's even good over there by Shell Dandan as you make your way up here at 8:52 in the morning. The back Island Road, East Drive, looking mighty fine. And people already starting to make their way over to Ida's Kitchen. So delicious. I'm telling you, that's the place you want to be. Folks are making their way down the hill and getting down to CPA. No, it's Chalon Poly Arnold Road. CPAR, that should be what we call it. I'm going to be taking CPAR over there. All right, Chalon Poly Arnold Road. Could it be CPAR? Oh, I don't know. It's going to be too confusing. All right. Well, a little bit of traffic, not too much, just a little intersection stuff over there by the tennis courts / pickleball courts, and everything else looks like things are moving just fine along Beach Road and Middle Road. Maybe a little bit by Quartermaster Road, but it's really not that bad. It's actually pretty minor, and everything else looks pretty good. You know where else things look pretty good? Over at Transit CNMI. Transit CNMI, they are providing you with worry-free rides around the Marianas. Then take the Blue Line all the way from Toteville to the Paseo and everywhere else in between if you want to go. They've got it for just $2. Guess what? It's even a special deal if you're a student, veteran, active duty, military, Manamco, or if you've got disabilities. It's only $1. $1! And that's Monday through Friday, 6:30 in the morning to 8:30 p.m. Weekends and holidays, 6:30 in the morning to 8 p.m. And make sure you're paying exact change. Unless you're planning on paying for a whole lot of other people, they can make you get where you need to go, but they can't make change. You can give a call at 236-2682, Transit CNMI, and you can even see on their website, transit.cnmi.gov. You can see where those buses are right now. You've got one that's over there by Guangdong Hardware. You got one that's making its way toward the Paseo. That's so you know where they are when they're out there, so you know how long you're going to be waiting at that bus stop. You know if one's on its way, so you can kind of step out of the rain. The good news is they're going to be having covered bus stops along the route for sure, but they're still determining if all those spots are where they're going to stay. And they were also waiting for that Beach Road construction process to wrap up. Now that that's 99.5% done, I think there's still a little markings they got to do here and there. And then they're going to be able to install those things once and for all and make it easy for you. They are great. They've got air conditioning. They've got comfortable seating. They're nice and clean. They've got great customer service. Even better, they've got free Wi-Fi. That's right. You get to use free Wi-Fi when you're traveling with the Transit CNMI, the award-winning Transit CNMI. You got to love those guys. I love them, and you should too, because they're taking care of us and getting us where we got to go, whether it's meeting up with your family, getting to your job, getting to school, or going out and coming home safe for a night out on the town. Transit CNMI gives you great options, and hey, they're only going to get those options are only going to improve and increase the longer that we have them here. So you got to love those guys. Give them a lift, give them a try, and check it out for yourself. All right, folks. Well, got about 4 minutes left in the old broadcast today. And, we already showed you that there's that interview that we've got on there. Yes Theory, they posted their new video as well. This is their third video in their multi-video series that's already up, and it is pretty good. Oh, my God, I love this video. So you go ahead and check it out. You can check it. We posted it on our Facebook page as well, so you're able to see that. Hold on, let's roll back. You'll be able to see it. I'm trying to get to it on our page, but it is there, and pretty stoked about it. So there you go. You can check it out. These guys just continue to produce great content for our Marianas, and that's what's such a big hit. What I love about it, too, is that our MVA, coordinating these kind of things, getting us these kind of folks who can make that kind of impact. They've got millions of people who follow them. And hold on. Oof. They got millions of people who follow them, and you're able to see it. In fact, that's it right now. That's it. Oh, not the Transit CNMI page. My gosh, bunch of turkeys. But we actually have a call coming in real quick. So let's do that. Let's get back to the main thing and get our call on here. 1 second. Holidays on Tiro. Thanks for calling the show. Who's this?
Hey, this is David Evangelista from Tinian.
David Evangelista from Tinian. Buenas. How are you this morning?
Buenas dias and half day.
Yeah, buenos dias on half day. How may I help you? What's shaking in your world today?
Well, I think we're all in this together, Brad. I would like to, echo out a little bit of a message to DPL and the Attorney General's office and whoever is at the proper authorities of executing these hearing permits. It's taking forever for 245 permits to be cleared up so that we can start going into our agricultural homestead, so that we can upgrade our standard of living, subsidy for our own necessities in the daily life with our vegetables and fruits. Brad, long story short, Brad, I'm just going to cut it to the chase and let the cat out of the bag. The AG's office needs to be prompt on those things because what are they waiting for? Are they waiting for us to turn 90 years old or 80 years old to go farming or what? Because right now I'm 49 years old and I don't have that time, luxury time to, fruit trees and vegetables. They take a couple of times, some time to grow and all that stuff. So if we can push the issue to the DPL secretary, and please, we're not supposed to be begging when these things are going to move forward.
Yeah, what is the holdup for that?
Well, that's why I'm calling you, so that we can ask them questions and get more detailed information, reliable source information. And you say it's going to take a month or 2 months, but it's going to go all the way to next year. So I don't know, Brad. I'm just putting all my long stick into the bushes and do a little bit shaking and see what comes out of the bushes.
Mm-hmm.
So hopefully I'm barking up on the right tree here, so that or shaking the right tree so that we can get some fruits down.
Yeah, and so
this is the kind of. Go ahead, Brad. Sorry, I was
going to say, so it's public lands, and you're looking for the agricultural homesteads in Tinian.
Yeah, they did the lottery, but they give you a lot number. But now the next step is what do you call this? They need to give us the clearing permit, and that's another additional $100 for in order for you to go in and start clearing. I don't know what kind of permitting issues that do cinema have. You have to go to HBO before you open up the land. Brad. Already went through all the permits already. I don't know what all the permits that we need to clearing permit. If it's by hand, then we don't need a permit. But if it's earth moving, maybe you need a permit. What's the holdup? Can we ask? Because the next step probably I'm going to go to Senator Cruz's office. I'm going to fly to Saipan and spend my own fucking money and go to the Senator Cruz's office, the government investigation. Appointment and government and seek help from Senator Cruz so that we can push this issue forward. I don't know what's going on and what is the holdup. I do understand there's a process, but what kind of process are they using? Now it's modern technology now. Mm-hmm. We're not back in the Stone Age, where we have to hold up because the weather's bad and we cannot really do that thing or whatnot. The problem is they have a program and they don't have any funding for the program. This is the kind of thing that we wear the shoes first before the socks. And then, infrastructure is the most important part in building up the economy. You want to be a part of the diverse and get a piece of the pie where those millions of dollars being unloaded on Kenyan so that we can sell vegetables and organic foods to the military, and their families. Mm-hmm. Because if we're waiting for tourism, Canada is not doing a great job yet. Nobody's perfect, but for God's sake, try another alternative on building up the economy and moving forward with the standard of living on the island of Pinan, especially Rota too, and the Northern Island. We call ourselves Cinemai, so let's make it fair and let's move forward with clearing permit. It's always like, oh yeah, we will call you. No, I don't blame the staff. I think it starts from the top down. So thank you so much, Brad, and I hope they hear the message. And there's some kind of feedback going on around here, sometimes maybe next week or tomorrow. Thank you so much, and happy holidays. Drive safe, Cinemai.
Yeah, happy holidays to you, David. Always good to hear from you. All right, well, we'll reach out to our friends over there at Public Lands. I'm curious if those clearing permits, if that's for the whole thing or if they have to do individually, one by one, for each one of those lots. I imagine that's the case. But that'll be part of our homework for today. All right, well, speaking of today, that is about what we've got for today. I want to say thanks to Bernard for being available for us to tell us what's going on, because that's a big deal for the fishermen out there who are going to be going out there. Also want to say thanks to Austin Kyle Hookah, Mr. Next Level. If you haven't already followed him on Instagram, please do. NXTLVL. Please follow him on Instagram. He's one of the heart and soul of baseball out here, and it's great. He was giving us the update on the kiddos, the U15s that are out there in Guam. Also, I want to say shout outs to Frank the Crank for making time for our interview yesterday so that we could get that out there to you. We're just kind of celebrating his success in everything that he's doing and doing great out there. And we spoke with Cookie a couple days ago, and we look forward to getting him in here when he gets back as well. He was rolling, I think. Mari was competing. There's all kinds of folks who are out there. So just another great trip for the CNMI. Also, before we go, I know that you guys were with us on Saturday when we brought you the state funeral and everything like that. But we're still getting messages and stuff like that. I want to say, we still have a lot of love for Diego Benavente and his family, and the only thing that we can hope right now is that, it's not going to be the same. It's just going to be a new experience with you guys. But I hope that, having the family and friends, be around you
is doing something to comfort you and kind of make you relive some of that joy of that he shared with all of us too. And thanks. You guys are great, and you're in our hearts. And I guess that's it for today. All right. Well, you guys have a great one. We'll be back again tomorrow morning for Good Morning Marianas. Later tonight, we will also be live. So if you can't make it there, we will bring it to you, the tree lighting over at Marianas Beach Resort. That's right, the former Hyatt, the future Sheraton. Well, there's a big tree lighting ceremony. We'll be live for that with you guys today. So we'll see you then. I hope you're having a great day. I hope today is even better than yesterday. And I hope I keep going like that for you. Oh, man, yeah, I just realized I didn't give you guys any NFL scores. Do you want some NFL scores before we get out here? I was going to wrap it up. I have it on the screen to give you guys all of the scores. Well, I mean, we could just wrap it up and call it a day. It would be weird for me to not bring you guys all the scores and listen to it. All right. Fine, we'll do it. We just need some music, though. Oh, we need some volume. All right, here we go. It's not a good day for Buffalo yet, but here we go. These are your NFL scores for this week. What week is it, Brad? Well, it's week 13 of the NFL season. Here we go. Thanksgiving, of course, Packers and Lions, 31-24 Packers. The Chiefs lose to the Cowboys, 31-28, and the Bengals beat the Ravens handily. Those are your Thanksgiving days. Saturday games. That's right, we had them. The Bears beat the Eagles 24-15. Fitting. All right, but here's what happened in the early games today. You had your Miami Dolphins beating the Saints 21-17. The Colts lose to the Texans 20-16. Those Texans starting to look mean out there. The Jets even won today. They beat the Atlanta Falcons 27-24. The 49ers have no problem with the Browns 26-8. And we're the Cleveland Browns. The Panthers, what is going on? The Carolina Panthers beat the Rams 31-28. And the Jaguars end up beating the Titans 25-3. And the Buccaneers escape with a win over the Cardinals 20-17. In the late games, they're happening right now. The Vikings are trailing to the Seahawks by a lot. 19-0. They've got the ball 1st and 10 with 1:56 left to go in the third quarter. The Bills trailing the Steelers, and another stinker for the Bills. They just got the ball in the second half. 14:33 left to go in the third quarter. So hopefully the Bills don't stink it up, because Josh Allen, man, he's my quarterback for fantasy. All right, the Chargers leading the Raiders. 10:32 to go in the third quarter. They're up 14-7. The latest of late games today, the Broncos will be going to D.C. to take on the Commies. Yeah, that's what they call the Commanders. And tomorrow, your Tuesday morning football is the Patriots and the Giants. And go Giants. That's all I can say. Sorry, Steve Mullen. Go Giants on that one. All right, that's what we got for you. Now we're officially done. We're wrapping up the show today. We'll see you guys again tomorrow when we get it all together all over again. Have a great day, Marianas, and we'll see you later tonight for that tree lighting.